Brand owners, most likely you went into Amazon to escape the 9-to-5 rat race. And most likely you like your freedom. Today we have a very special guest. She's been living the digital nomad life for the past 17 years. So if anyone has something good to say about this and give you advice, it's this human. Let's go check it out. By the way, this video is gonna be a little bit different. We got Mary Walls behind the scenes, so it's only gonna be phones because the nomad life, that's what you do. You literally just shoot like this. All right, and the vlog starts now.
Hey.
This is Nora. Hey Nora.
Hey.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Let's go, Mary Walls. Somebody's clearly moving. What do you think of Miami, Nora, so far? Do you like it?
It's great. I've been staying in Hollywood, which is like a different world in comparison to Miami. I don't think I realized how different it was.
Okay.
I sold my parachute.
Okay.
And this isn't high enough for me
All
anyway.
right, so Nora.
Yes.
Tell me why you started doing parachuting. Like, why did you start doing skydiving?
It was just one of those things. I've always been a big fan of trying new things and having new experiences. I think it's ultimately informed my entire lifestyle that I have now. But before I even became a digital nomad, I just tried a lot of different things.
Okay.
I was a professional actor, singer, dancer. I did the motorcycles, did the skydiving.
Have you been in any movies?
I have.
Which
I have
one?
indeed. My biggest claim to fame is a movie called The Prize Winner of Defiance, Ohio.
Okay. Who was in that movie?
Julianne Moore, Woody Harrelson, Lori Dern.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you.
it was a movie. And me. Exactly. And the one and only.
Let's keep walking.
Right.
So guys, right now we're at Wynwood in Miami, Florida. Check out the view really quick. Now that we know that you've been an actress, you've been a skydiver, how many jumps did you make?
283 to be exact.
283 jumps. That's a lot of jumps. Okay. So you've been you've been a skydiver, a motorcycle daredevil. You've also, what do you do?
What do I do? Well, my lifestyle now is I'm a career traveler. I travel the world full time and long term, and I help other people do the same thing.
Okay, so what got you, give me your background. Why should people trust you in anything that you're saying right now with this?
All right. Well, I'll take you very quickly back to 2006 when I was busy running a financial planning practice in Toronto, Canada.
Okay.
And I had this nagging dream that I wanted to travel the world, and I wanted to do it from the inside out.
Okay.
I wanted to understand what it's like to not only just travel through the world, but to live around the world and to actually break bread around dinner tables around the world and to understand cultures and how people operate, how they think, where they play, what they eat, how they shop, all the things.
Okay.
Couldn't do it with vacations. And in the same mentality of adventure and embracing new things that got me into skydiving and riding motorcycles, I thought, I gotta do it. I'm gonna sell everything I own and I'm gonna travel the world.
So you're talking about freedom, right? As you know, we just got out of a 7-day Amazon seller cruise.
Yep.
Right? Would you say that this lifestyle fits into, or an Amazon seller or brand owner can fit into this lifestyle?
I think anyone who works remotely can fit into this lifestyle. And the pandemic created not only all kinds of, millions upon millions of remote jobs, but also inspired a lot of people to start remote careers, not the least of whom, of course, are a whole new raft of Amazon sellers, people with entrepreneurial spirits. And as long as you can work remotely, you have the ability to do that from anywhere in the world, which makes you a perfect candidate for being a digital nomad.
All right, so we got the definition of a digital nomad is, how they can do it. And we got that you've been doing this for 17 years.
Yep.
Correct? Can you give me, what got you into it? Like, that's very interesting. Like, I understand you wanted to break bread around the world and all these things. So actually, besides that, tell me the one golden rule of a digital nomad. You've been doing it for 17 years, so that's a long time.
Yeah.
So what would be the number one golden rule for a digital nomad?
In the last 17 years, I have lived so many different incantations of this lifestyle. I've traveled fast, I've traveled slow, I've stayed for long periods of time, I've moved, I've volunteered, I've house sat, I've done all these different things. And the one golden rule of being a digital nomad that I learned the hard way many times over, go slow.
Go slow.
Yeah, the slower you travel, not only the more money you will save, but the more enriching of an experience that you're going to have.
That's so interesting.
Culturally and otherwise. And Part 2 to that with Go Slow is the digital nomad lifestyle is not what you think travel is. If you think travel is a vacation. Most of us think travel equals vacation, but when you're a digital nomad, it's not a vacation. And you need to recalibrate your entire way that you view the lifestyle and also your pace of travel and how and where you travel.
It's so interesting that you're saying that digital nomading is that thing, digital nomading?
Yeah, it's a verb now.
Yeah,
that's right.
It is now. You digital nomad, I digital nomad, we digital nomad. And when we're digital nomading, it's not a vacation.
Yep.
I'm kind of a digital nomad-ish, and it's so true, you know. Sometimes I think I'm on vacation, but I'm actually more working than normal. So I understand why you would say go slow.
Yep.
So you can enjoy more of the time, because a lot of time, if you're an entrepreneur, you most likely will be working in front of a computer, right? So
exactly it.
You won't have time to actually view the city, look at the supermarkets, the Sunday farmers markets.
Absolutely.
You know, what clubs, pubs, speakeasies are in the city, restaurants, all the people you can meet. That's very, very good. No, do you like the water?
Do I like the water?
Yeah, like beaches, pools, you know, things like that.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's go to the pool.
Done.
Nora, I have a interesting question. I don't know if this will be, you know, interesting to the viewers, but I'm actually curious. How many planes have you been on?
Dear Lord, I have not counted that, but it would be well into the hundreds.
Well into the hundreds.
Yes.
Does that count in the skydiving?
No, not counting the skydiving.
So then the 300s.
Sure, something like that.
Okay, got it. All right. The other question that I wanted to ask you is with the pool.
This is beautiful.
Take a shot of you on the pool.
This is great. I could live here.
You can live here? Would you digitally nomad here?
One of the biggest misconceptions of being a digital nomad is that you can work by or inside the pool or the beach. Both of them very,
Nope.
very, very impractical situations.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Yes.
Save yourself that agony.
Yes, 100%.
But beside the pool, yeah, I could do this. I could do this.
See if we can sit over there.
Some spots over here. Okay, here's another misconception about the digital nomad lifestyle, or one of the things that you need to be really careful about: ergonomics.
What does that mean?
Like, you need to have an ergonomically friendly workspace, right? If you spend too much time sitting in chairs with your laptop on your lap, you're gonna have cricks in your neck and your back. Always make sure wherever you go, you have a space set up that can be a dedicated workspace and that's gonna be ergonomically friendly.
So true,
Say that
so true.
5 times fast.
Yeah. If anybody can say it, record it, and post it down below, we're gonna give you a 50% discount. 50, but you have to say it live. It cannot be edited. All right, top 3 pros and cons of a digital nomad life.
All right, I like to start with the pros because, you know, positivity.
Yeah.
Top pro, which really could be 1, 2, and 3, freedom. Total lifestyle freedom. You can work when you want, where you want, how you want.
Yeah.
In whatever way you want. Now, interestingly, that's also kind of a con.
Okay.
Because when you can work anywhere at any time,
Okay.
sometimes, especially when you're an entrepreneur, that makes it difficult not to work everywhere all of the time.
So true. It happens to me all the time.
Right?
Doesn't matter where I'm at. If I have my computer on my phone, I'll get into work mode. Like 100%.
Exactly.
And like well, for me, work is part of like a lifestyle. Like I love to work actually. I love to do things like this. Mari, do I work a lot?
Too much.
Too much. There's never too much work. But yes. So the idea, I understand what you mean by that. Okay, that's the first.
So that's the pro and the con, right?
got
So the freedom to work anywhere and everywhere is both the pro and the con.
Yeah.
And I think that actually boils into all the other things. So like that is like another con is burnout,
Okay.
right? It's easy to burn out if you don't pay attention to that work-life balance.
Okay.
And if you don't pay attention to things like ergonomics and whatnot.
So by burning, okay, have you ever
Yes.
burned out? Yes, Rafa, yes. You don't have to ask it twice.
Yes.
Yes.
Multiple times, in multiple ways.
How do you deal with burnout?
Ooh. Well, I mean, luckily I'm starting to spot the signs before it becomes problematic, but burnout on the road can happen in a few different ways. There's obviously like work-related burnout, which anyone can suffer anywhere at any time. You don't have to be a digital nomad to suffer from work-related burnout.
True.
But you can also suffer as a digital nomad from lifestyle burnout and from travel fatigue-related burnout.
I
So
got my glasses. Horrible idea, but okay.
you can avoid travel fatigue burnout by going slow.
Yeah.
Right? So make sure you adjust your travel pace So that's how I can avoid that.
Got it. Because imagine being every month on the move, finding a new place, a new city, a new thing, a new supermarket, a new gym, and you.
Right?
Woo!
You know what? And you might think that 1 month per destination is a slow pace of travel.
Yeah.
But I would like to challenge that and actually say 3 months is a more optimal pace.
3 months.
Yep. Because let's say you want to spend 1 month in a place. So first of all, you got to find the place you're going to go. You got to research it. You got to figure out how to get there. You got to figure out what area to stay in. You got to find your accommodation. You got to book it all. Then you got to go there. And then you have to figure out how to survive there.
Yeah.
Right? Where to shop, how do you get your coffee, where do you do all the things, right?
Coffee.
These are the very, very important things in
Are
life.
you interested in a coffee right now?
Yes!
Let's go for a coffee. All right, we're in the coffee area. Let's see. Would you like a game of foosball? Actually, let's get the coffee first. While our coffee is making, what were we talking about? The lifestyle. Setting into the place.
Yeah.
Understanding how we're gonna get there, paying, doing all these things, coffee, gym, food, travel.
Right.
Right?
So you got to figure out how to survive. You get to the destination. You got to figure out how to survive. That takes time. By the time you kind of figure out how to do the daily tasks of life at your destination and just start to get comfortable, if you're only there for a month, it's immediately time to figure out the next place to go.
Right.
You'll constantly be moving and it's going to be exhausting. So 3 months generally is my sweet spot for staying in a spot, but sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. It all depends on how much I like a place too.
What's the longest you stayed at one spot?
2 years.
2 years.
But admittedly, it happened a few times. I used that as a base for exploration of that area.
Got it.
But
got it.
yeah, I've definitely, a couple of times I've traveled so slowly, it was almost imperceptible.
Favorite country you lived in so far? I know it's a hard one. Hey, this is a blog that's hard, and it's okay. Everything that's worth it in life, it's hard. Right?
It's not like I haven't been asked this question like a million times before, right? But I always start the answer to this question with the observation that travel is contextual.
Something vague. Great. I love it. I love something
That's right.
vague.
No, exactly.
Sure.
I'm going to be as vague as I can. The reason being, anybody's favorite place has only a little bit to do with the actual place itself, and much more to do with who you're with, how you're feeling, and what you're doing.
Okay. In what place, your coffee's ready, madame.
Ooh.
Do you want
Thank you.
sugar?
Nope.
Okay. So,
I can still give you the favorite places.
thank you, because I was going to get there.
You're right?
Yeah,
I know,
top 3.
I knew.
Top 3.
All right, Peru. I lived in Peru. Peru was one of the places I lived in for 2 years. I was in the Sacred Valley.
What did you like most about Peru? Just one thing.
All the things. Variety.
Variety. There you go. Peru has a lot of variety, that's true. Second place.
New Zealand.
Ooh, okay, that's exotic. I actually lived in, it's not New Zealand, but it's Australia, it's Melbourne. The closest I've been to New
Definitely
Zealand.
never ever say to a New Zealander,
know.
to a Kiwi, that they are the same.
I know, but I'm
It's
just
like
saying.
telling a Canadian that they're the same as Americans.
Aren't you?
Don't do that.
Okay, New Zealand. Why New Zealand?
Variety.
Mary Walsh, do you agree with that answer? No. Okay.
Nature. I'll say nature.
Okay, nature's cool.
There we go.
Third
And
place.
the cool accent. People talk really funny. there.
So, the third place?
See, I don't really have a third place. I don't know. Maybe Switzerland?
Switzerland.
Sure.
Switzerland's nice.
Everything's on time. Trains are amazing.
So we got 2 things. We got the pros and the cons. The pros, right? The first one was, which also is also a con, is being able to work from everywhere.
Yep.
Right? And then the other one is the fast pace, right? You told me about the fast pace, that's a con.
The possibility, like the things you got to worry about are burnout.
Hey, Mary Walls.
Yeah, you got to worry about burnout. You got to worry about burning out not only from a work perspective, but also from a travel perspective.
Correct. And then the third one, the third final pro and con.
The third final pro and con would be inspiration and compassion. So traveling the world and actually getting to know people around the world and understanding how they live,
Yeah.
and realizing first and foremost that there is no one way to do something. There's no one way to think about something. There are many different ways of achieving enlightenment, of eating, of cooking, of shopping, of living your life.
Yeah.
For me, that has made me a more compassionate person.
Interesting.
because I have a greater understanding of the fact that there is no right and wrong. The world is made up of shades of gray.
Yeah, it's true. That's super, super true. Passion is the third one.
Yep.
Okay, so the question that I've been wanting to get is, how can an Amazon seller that escaped the 9 to 5,
Yep.
right? That's why
Congratulations, first of all.
That's super true. Like, that's very hard. Like, for me, when I escaped my 9 to 5, now I just have a 24-hour.
Yeah, what this is, right?
That's
That's
what it
the
is.
irony. That's the double-edged sword.
But now I'm happier. Even though I work more, I work way more. I work 70 hours a week, to be honest.
Yeah, but now you're working on you and your
Correct.
business and on your terms.
Correct. Well, my team's business, 'cause the company is everybody's, to be honest. It is. Let's insert a emoji of all of us here. Insert all the emojis. Andrew, Mari, Biju, Ellie, all of them. Let's insert all the emojis right here. So how can an Amazon seller that's been trying to escape the rat race and or has escaped the rat race learn, like, you know, you have so much experience. I believe that in life, the easiest way to move forward is knowing the path already. If you don't know the path, if you don't know the target, you cannot hit the target, right? So in business, I love mentorship. In religion, we have the priest or the rabbi or something, right? A figure, which is the mentor, right? In the normal legal life, you're your lawyer. That's your mentor, right?
And
So
in the digital nomad life, I am your guru.
correct. So how can people learn about this?
Listen, there is a ton of content online that is available to anyone who wants to take the time and effort and do all that research. But as a shameless promotion, I'm going to say, come to my neck of the woods, which is theprofessionalhobo.com. And in fact, I have a freebie for anyone who is watching this right now. If you go to theprofessionalhobo.com/free gift, you will have a template, a checklist of 10 things to do before you travel long term. And these are the sort of things that you need to know that will help you cover all of the bases so you can hit the road effectively and stress-free and way better than I did when I started 17 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I made every mistake in the book and I don't wish that on anyone.
I bet that would be crazy. Oh, you told me something off camera that you saved a ton of money by working. Can they find that in your social media and your spaces as well?
Yep, you can definitely find out how I saved over $100,000 in my first 10 years on the road. Yeah, and I saved it all by getting my accommodation for free. I literally wrote the book on it, how to get free accommodation around the world.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
very good. All right, Nora,
and I was not staying in cardboard shacks at the side of the road just in case anyone got some conjure of some, dorm rooms or anything other. No, I'm not that kind of girl.
you imagine, like, hey,
It's not my style.
Yeah, Nora, I don't want to save $100,000 if I'm living in the streets
Right.
below a bridge.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
I've literally had people write that in comments. Oh, I don't want to stay in dorms or cardboard shacks.
Oh my
Wow,
That's a
I
lot
didn't, but okay.
That's a lot.
Neither
of
do I.
hatred. You saw it was pretty cool. It was a cool ship. And I'll see you next time. Let me know what you guys think. Leave comments down below. And Nora, what's your social media handles?
You can find me, The Professional Hobo, pretty much everywhere.
All right, let's go. Ciao.